Tonight's the 20th anniversary of Sago Metal, a Vietnamese band fronted by the veteran Chum Tan Sago. 20 years makes Sago Metal the oldest band in town, but despite the anniversary, this show is being played in a tiny coffee shop, in front of just a few dozen fans. Metal music never caught in Vietnam the same way it did in nearby countries like Thailand or Indonesia. The country's violent past should suit the anger of metal perfectly, but most locals haven't even heard of the genre. The question is, why not? When we asked around, without fail, we were told to go speak with Trung Thanh Sago. We met Chum Tan at his home, which could easily be mistaken for a local restaurant, except for the electric guitar coming from upstairs.
Thì bác chơi nhạc rock từ hồi nhỏ con, rồi sau một thời gian chính quyền cấm đoán rồi bác chơi nhạc rock lại. Năm 16 tuổi con. Đầu tiên thì bác thích nghe ban nhạc Satana rồi Led Zeppelin hay là Last Bass con thể kia. Rồi bác chơi nhạc của họ ngày xưa rock and roll đó con hiểu không? Trước 1975 á, trong thời gian chiến tranh á, mặc dù chiến tranh nhưng mà người ta vẫn giải trí dữ lắm. Có nhiều ban nhạc chơi, một người ba Sài Gòn. Xã hội lắm, nhà nước chính phủ thường tổ chức những đại hội lớn, big show, government make big show, festival rock. Too many bands.
Anh chơi đấy hả?
14 tuổi về áo ăn
Coffee.
Who from my she was that.
rock and roll rất là thịnh hành, bởi vì có nhiều lính Mỹ ở đây em, rất là nhiều. Soldier American. Hồi đó tôi 15-16 tuổi tôi cũng chơi nhạc cho lính Mỹ. thì nhà nước hoàn toàn không cho chơi rock and roll được, vì nó trong vòng 10 năm nha. Nếu mà chơi cái đó thì sẽ bị bắt và tù. Trong ra nó chỉ có chơi nhạc của nhà nước thôi, chắc nhà nước nhạc của chính phủ. Bác phải đi vô mấy cái chơi nhạc cho mấy cái đoàn văn công xí nghiệp chơi nhạc đỏ rồi lâu lén người ta không có ai ỷ mình chơi nhạc Mỹ. Đến năm 87 nó mới cho chơi nhạc vàng và nhạc trình chiến đó con. Nó có ban nhạc rock lên, nó đứng sân khấu tóc tai dài đánh nhạc trữ tình cười quá. Năm sau năm 1985 tụi anh mới được nghe tiếp cận mấy cái băng video, tiếp cận những cái ban nhạc rock. Giờ có băng video, băng video bắt cassette từ bên Thái Lan đưa qua. Thành lập luôn, tại anh là chơi guitar, anh là chủ đạo, anh là người guitar Richter. Tại vì có những cái band chơi với nhau thời gian không hợp tính là chia tay, hoặc là người ta đi nước ngoài, hoặc người ta chết rồi thì mình phải rã ra thôi. Mình cuối cùng mình lập cái band khi mà phong trào rock ở Sài Gòn nó thịnh hành lên, mình lập cái band Saigon Metal phù hợp với giới trẻ. Giới trẻ Sài Gòn bắt đầu nó nghe nhạc rock rồi. Rồi bác phải ngoài cái chơi nhạc metal, bác còn phải đi dạy nhạc, rồi bác đi chơi nhạc đám cưới để có thu nhập thêm, rồi bác để chơi, bác sắm đồ chơi metal. Sợ cái tay mình nó bị khớp, nó có triệu chứng rồi, phải uống thuốc thường xuyên, nó không có thì người khỏi chơi. Khi nào mà cái sức khỏe nó yếu quá, cái tay anh cứng quá được. Hiện tại bây giờ nó cũng có cái triệu chứng 60 tuổi. Rồi có những người bạn của bác ra đi thì bác buồn lắm. Thì anh Tâm gọi là Tâm xỉn, anh play off là số 1 Việt Nam á. Anh uống nhiều rượu quá rồi anh ra đi, rồi những người bạn của bác ra nước ngoài sống thì ban nhạc bác buồn, nó buồn thôi. Thật ra bây giờ bác phải chơi với người nhỏ tuổi hơn bác. Còn với người lớn tuổi với bác thì ra đi nhiều lắm. Đi nước ngoài cũng có, mà đi mất cũng có. thích cái giới metal đó, nhưng mà rất là tội nghiệp cho họ, họ không có những cái môi trường để mà chơi, như quán cà phê hoặc là những cái sân chơi cho metal, không có sức. Bây giờ trước biết mắt là tại vì cái nền kinh tế xã hội mình giờ này nó đang gặp khó khăn, thành ra nó đi chung hết, còn từ nhạc rock cái đến nhạc pop, nhạc nhẹ, tất cả các thể loại nhạc hiện đang lâm một cái cảnh hơi bị khó khăn đó. Nhạc rock mình những sân chơi mình cũng hạn chế rất là nhiều, không phải như mấy năm trước thôi.
Bóng tối đang vây kín phía xa, tiếng ca đang phủ lên ngọn tối. Bóng tối trong đêm vắng và trong khói sương đang phủ kín hồn tôi. Giấc mơ tình yêu.
Cảm ơn các bạn đã gửi xe rất là xa đó. Cảm ơn các bạn.
Chum Tan had the cards stacked against him. Rock music was prohibited for years, his old bandmates fled or died, but bad hands and a shoddy venue still couldn't stop him from putting on a damn good show. Vietnamese heavy metal started with Sago's generation, but as they grew older, they must have passed the torch to someone. Who was brave enough to march against the tide of society? Alright, good to continue when you're...
You ready? Alright. You can be anything. Any kind of metal. Jet metal.
As it turns out, there was a time not too long before when extreme metal made real headway in Vietnam, and this man played a big part. Trung Loki, CEO of Bloody Chunks Records and founding member of 3 grindcore bands that toured Southeast Asia, an unprecedented level of success for the scene.
Đây là studio của mình. Thì nó cũng đơn giản thôi. Đầu tiên là nơi cho khách ngồi. Thì đây, các bạn đến có thể ngồi đây đợi chờ. Đây là nơi để mình nghỉ những lúc mệt mỏi. Bộ guitar collection của mình. Đây thôi. Mấy vật lưu niệm của mình rất thích, của bạn bè tặng thì mình để đây hết. Bên đây là phòng tập cho ban nhạc, cũng là phòng rehearsal của mình. Đây là cái head mình rất là thích, cặp pin V3. Dành dụng rất là lâu mới mua được. Cái guitar của anh Nguyễn Thành Cát để lại tập nhưng mà chưa đến tập. Tôi là Trung Loki, một người chơi nhạc metal ở Việt Nam từ khoảng 13 năm rồi. Tôi theo đuổi âm nhạc từ khoảng năm 11 tuổi. Và tôi thành lập ban nhạc đầu tiên vào năm tôi học lớp 10. Rất là nhiều ban nhạc tôi thành lập và tham gia, như nhóm Atmosphere, nhóm Vù, nhóm Rock, nhóm Brutal. đầu tiên tôi không biết là tôi đang nghe metal. Tôi nghe rock thôi. Lúc đó tôi xem phim Power Ranger. Cái opening music tiếng guitar rất là hay và tôi bị cuốn hút bởi tiếng guitar đó, tiếng distortion guitar. Thì tôi cứ lần tìm tôi nghe những cái bài nhạc mà có tiếng distortion guitar.
Do people ever judge you or think badly of you because you listen to this type of music?
Đã từng chứ, đã từng như vậy. Nhất là ngay cả trong gia đình, in my family, even my parents judge me too. But now they understand me because I'm not a bad people. I grow up, now I'm a good guy. Music and movie had the same thing. Movie, we had horror, we had comedy, we had romance, we had thriller, and in music we had death metal, black metal. We must accept that. Everything has a different in lyric and in the way we play the music. So we must accept that. But the guy in the government still cannot accept that. That's the biggest trouble we have here. I hope it will change in the next maybe 10 more years. Because
What's the problem?
the lyric is so gory. The lyric of death metal is so gory or so violent. And they don't accept that. They think that it will harm the children. But I think that the children need to face with it. The violence happen every day in real life. You see it every day in the newspaper. People kill people. And they don't want people to see the bad side of the story. They just want to put the good side to let the children see. So how can the music can grow good?
Yeah, we were talking to other metal musicians, and they told us about a time in the past where the government just banned metal completely.
I know, but you can't kill metal. You can never kill metal. Metal never die. Metal still live in another form, another way. Devil can never die. What doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? Like me, I survived that. I survived everything. I survived when I live along chat in my hometown in Pleiku, small forbidden in the country. Nobody listens to my music. I still play. I still compose. I still write songs and form a band with my friend. I was born with nothing special, but when I touch the guitar, I don't know how, but I can play it. I just play it. I can compose very good. I can grow. I can stream. I can control the stage. I can talk to the people. A lot of my friends had the same passion to me and grew up with me, play music with me, but now they are with. They have family, they have children, they have job, work, and the world just whipped them away. I don't know why, but only me stay. Sometimes you grow up and it must pass away. You must accept that, just like people grow old and die. A band need to die too. Just like Metallica, you know. They're so old, they need to disband. I think so.
Long time ago.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
They need to keep the good memory. They produce now bad music.
Right.
The future is a myth. Yeah. I don't even know what will happen tonight. Yeah. But the spirit carry on.
A proper local scene had begun to form around Loki's bands, and extreme metal was closer than ever to the Vietnamese mainstream. Another man who saw it all was Wu bassist Siu Ye Gu. He told us about his time in Wu and how it all started.
Trung asked me to join the band with him, so I decided to join Wu together. I watched many shows of him and his band. I discussed it. I used to watch Wu before I'm a member of that. The first time I come to Saigon, I'm just like dancer, b-boy and shit. And one day my friend invited me to come to the rock show. It's called Saigon Rock. And it changed my life. So I decided to buy a bass, borrow money from my family, buy a bass and start to practice. And one day Trung tell me that we want to join school. Shit, fucking idea, man.
Yeah, shit, man.
And I decided to listen more, discover more, learn playing bass by myself. Yeah. Yeah, alright. YouTube and my friend showed me some tricks and shit.
As well as Wu did, they weren't around anymore. On our next trip to meet Chung, we came with a case of Saigon beer, ready to dive deep and learn the rest of the story.
Lots of men in the world can control themselves from beat boob, shit, damn it.
My one weakness.
I had done terrible sin, father. Would you pray for me? Shit. A lot of other guys had her before you know that. But love it forever. It's not. I mean it, right? You can fuck a lot of guys before me. I can fuck a lot of girls before you, but after we met and if we feel love,
Yeah.
it's true and it's forever.
You see that?
The beauty didn't last long. You guys know that the cigarette is the first thing lead to the bad thing. First cigarette, then a little pot, weed, then hey, do some ecstasy, and then hey, some LSD, and hey,
That's
fuck. Yeah, it's waiting time, smoking pork, and look up to the sky and ask where am I from? Bullshit. Waiting time. Go to work, bitch. I just don't want the kid. I know that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not telling you kid. You grow up now, but the young guy know follow the same road like me. I used ecstasy when I was 17. Smoke with 18. Actually, I smoked meth when I was 21. Then I stopped because I dated to a girl. After that, we broke up and I fall back to the rock again. Shit. I was really live on the street, man, 1 year. Sao mày rồi? Suốt cuộc đời mày đeo đập bao. Fucking rap. Like that song before, actually it's kind of a memorial about my friend. He a metalhead also, and he got so drunk and I don't know. That girl dumped him, and one day later he drank with me so drunk, and then he jumped off the building in the morning. I don't hate him for that or anything, but we consider that it's just an accident because he's so drunk and he's falling down. We love to think like that. It's much more, relief for us than thinking that he's suicide because of, broken love. That's why we wrote this song, Falling Down. It's just an accident, man. It's not your friend go suicide like that. It's heavy. This is the last song I played for him. There was a time when... Sin, my friend! Yeah, I got to tell you one thing that's been on my mind. Yeah, I got to say. You want to know what is the most terrible torment in the world? If you lock up a man, you wish along. I got through that 3 times. Back in rehab, no cigarette, no sunlight, nobody to talk.
In the first place,
My fucking friend think that it's good for me and they call the police to put me there in the first time. I'm willing to go, but just put me in the cell or prison or detention. It's better for me. It's that kind of environment. I got used to it when I was younger, but rehab, no.
Playing a band that make people and the scene grow up and make feel very proud. Yeah, I'm the last member.
Really?
Yeah.
So Wu was you for a while?
Yeah. When Loki stopped playing, we still keep playing for 1 year without him. And then he come back and we play couple shows and we split up.
He's talked about his problems with going to rehab. Is that the reason why he disappeared? Yeah.
Yes, he disappeared. That's the reason.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time I kept playing with Mark from New York. It's so hard because there are only 2 members of the band, and a bass and a drummer. You can't do anything, but we still keep the name in the band and wait for a chance to come back. And then he come back and we have 2 more shows, one in Saigon, one in Hanoi, and we split. Yeah, I feel really bad about that because he's a good guy. He's a talented guy, man. He have idea, he have anything, he have equipment, he have a studio at home. But man, fuck it up. Yeah, I feel here.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, he's still a good guitarist in Vietnam and outside. Yeah, sometimes I have bad feeling, but it's not a problem. We stopped Wu because so many reasons. Trung Loki is one of that reason. We stopped Wu because the first time on the band we just want to play something just to show the people how angry we feel about the world outside. But after maybe 2 or 3 years, we don't feel it anymore, so we decided to stop.
The scene in Saigon, do you feel close to it or do you feel far away from the scene?
I never push myself away from them, but they some kind of try to stay away from me.
Why?
That's this exactly why. Because my drug problem, my past young slide or shit like that.
So they
just
judge you.
scared of the trouble, People want Vietnamese people want be safe. They can blah 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 every day on Facebook about this is bad from the government. The government did it bad. This stuff happened. It's so terrible. They post it on the Facebook, but they try to stay away from trouble. And I bet you that if the war happen, maybe 90% of the young generation will fucking flee away from this country. They won't fight for this country. But I stay. at least apply for my house. But I want it that way. I never wanna hear you say yes. You guys should go to Pleiku to film.
First impressions of Pleiku.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a Vietnamese town.
It does. It does look like a Vietnamese town. I'd say that's an accurate assessment. Pleiku is a sleepy highlands town and the home of Chum Loki and Bok Woo. 12 years earlier, metalheads had brought a concert here, and now Loki made a comeback for the sequel, Pleiku Metalhood 2. Alright, be careful with your sudden movements again, please.
lost my best, but I tried.
Oh, that was cool. That was really good.
Yeah, was it a good show?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Fucking middle.
Yeah, we're making a film about heavy metal. So how was the show? How was the show, boys? Is it good?
We are metal shame.
No, I fucking
Right, yeah.
fucking awesome. It's so soft, but not many people. But I saw many good friends in the crowd. Many good metalheads. So that's good enough to me. It's been a very long time since the first time I performed in my hometown. So yeah, it's very special to me.
Right back. People.
I'm playful people. Thinking that everything sucks here. Nothing happened in playful, and nobody listen to rock music. And yeah, they feel so boring. So I just said that why don't we make a fucking rock show here? Because you guys were boring, okay? I will make something to light up the mood for you guys. Let's make a rock show. It's called Playful Metalhood, you know. The Metalhood here means the friend who also love to listen to the metal music and be friends together for a long time. Just because of one common thing, metal music. Yeah, it's like a brotherhood, it's like a neighborhood, it's like a friendship, it's like a romance, if you can know. I'm not a bitch, but yeah, whenever I get on the stage with my band, it's just a battlefield to me. You know, I feel like a fucking monster on the stage. That song, yeah. I'm a beast. I played maybe 100 metal show already. I don't get nervous anymore. I wish that I can get nervous like the first time, but you know, you lost your virginity just like that. You can't get that feeling back anymore, right? I don't care much about touring because the first reason, we don't have money. The second reason, we don't have time. And the third reason, people don't even care about us. And we don't even care about people. So yeah, 14 years. We just keep on like that. I don't want you got to look down on other people, but come on, Vietnamese metalhead is fucking poor. We need to work, we need to do that, do this for a living, just to keep us alive, so we can keep on playing extreme music for you guys. Not like in Thailand or Singapore, Malaysia. You know, you at least can get some band fee, or you have some guy to take care for you when you're touring. Nobody take care for us here, man. We take care for ourselves. When they come to Pleiku 10 years ago, they were just like 22, 23 years old, and I was like 17, 18 years old, and now I'm 31 years old. Cheers for that.
Loki's generation never realized its full potential, and the metalheads of Vietnam were isolated from the international scene again. Mainstream Vietnam continued to happily ignore their music in favor of EDM and K-pop. But, as Chum told us, you can never kill metal. Metal never dies. We found Legacy, an agency of young musicians hell-bent on taking the scene to new heights.
Hạn chế chửi người ta. You can see like this is our workstation. Like we have the FX2. That's the something like này là gì nè?
Cái gì?
Này là để
Cái loa hả hay này?
Yeah, accent. Artists? Just the recording studio. We don't have enough space for, rehearsal because actually we cannot play the drum in this place. We cannot play the drum. So yeah. We have few customers in here. You gotta see this one.
Oh yeah, let's have a look.
This is our baby. This is a head amplifier that I don't really know much about this stuff, but I know that this one sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty awesome.
Thiệt là đó là USA.
Còn mua nhập.
Right here.
Good man. Oh, this is
This signature.
anti-Van Halen signature.
Let's have a look here.
Cái hai học lại quá. Đêm kêu lên luôn.
I don't know English, man.
We put some crucial information on that board. Got the problem with the deadline. Like we didn't reach the deadline on time, and yeah, it's not good for us.
Professional.
Yeah, so we gotta make something more systematic.
Do you ever practice with the guitar, man, or just play bass only?
No, I have. Actually, I don't know how to play guitar. No, I didn't have no fucking clue about playing guitar. I play bass. I play bass at first, so I have no idea how to do anything with this one.
I think I'm a manager.
Yeah, it sounds like that. You could call me as a secretary of this company.
So you want to need another beer?
Yeah, good.
Funny, just started my.
Still have mine?
Got a nice stack of cigarettes here.
Oh, that is our sound engineer.
Oh.
What's your job at Legacy?
Wait.
So, I'm mainly working on those technical part. It's like sound engineer, recording studio. Yeah, taking care of the other.
You boys, did you mosh?
We all watch.
Any stage diving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy.
Good guy.
Free time, not bad.
Oh yeah, one day we decided to take a bold move, right? Is to host a show ourselves. Speaking of us as a group for Legacy, we say that our dream concert being something like a festival for 2-3 days, like something like a weekend open air or see the stream fest. But yeah, I have to warn you that we kind of work in a very unorthodox way. There are a lot of cussing and bad jokes around.
Fucking unacceptable.
Before 1975, how do you say it? It's like an evacuation from the north to the south of Vietnam. And there's a lot of people going along from, it's like Hanoi and the other place around Hanoi to Saigon. And the communists think that they don't like the guys with long hair because they think that long hair is like American, foreigner.
Spoiled Westerner.
Yeah, the foreigner is not good. So in that way of thinking, still follow a lot of people. I mean, a lot of older people until now, and also that's how they raise their child. They don't want them to be like free. Just they don't want them to do whatever they want. They want them to be good, but good in their way, in the father and mother way, not their own way. So we cannot do that. We cannot do this. And that includes the long hair.
The music is like a spiritual treasure for me and for most of the people here. And I think that is the biggest motivation for us.
The agency's next bold move came out. On short notice, they were going to host German band Defeated Sanity, by far their biggest name to date. A technical, brutal death metal gig sounds dark to start with, but we weren't expecting the darkness to be so literal.
Now we just need power.
You think the energy will come on again?
The power? Definitely not.
Yeah? Otherwise we make an unplugged concert.
Well, we are doing the setting up the stage, and we have some problem with the drum set right now. So when I picked the band up at the airport, they kind of lost all their stuff. They still have the luggage, but the instrument like the guitar and the cymbal and the snare they brought with them got stuck somewhere.
So there's some problems with the show originally, right? Like it was cancelled first?
Yeah.
The show was cancelled.
The show was cancelled first. We don't know what the reason is, but it just dropped out. Even though the band Defeated Sanity, they booked all the flights from Nepal, Thailand to Vietnam, and one-way ticket from Vietnam to Malaysia. Yay! So they got a hard situation right now. So that's why we did the crowdfunding and to pull Defeated Sanity back.
This is a legacy show, right?
Yeah, this is all my legacy.
What kind of ritual is this?
Just
This is the power come back ritual. When Jesus shed his light on you.
Alright.
And the sound system.
Let me make a photo of this.
Electricity is not on yet, and we only have less than 1 hour to the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
So what happens if there's no electricity? Will you play acoustic?
Hopefully the band will agree to have an unplugged show.
They said they would.
Yeah, imagine that song on acoustic guitar like fucking insane.
Have you had any updates from the power people?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just not.
They told you 5 o'clock and then silence.
Yeah. We are giving them our own equipment. They're not really suitable for for the music and for their playing, but yeah, better have something than nothing.
I mean, if we get to sound check, we'll be able to figure it out. Does this have a tap tempo on it? Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Like if you just ignore the situation that Defeated Sanity could not come here, then they would probably have to cancel the whole Asia tour, and that is an extremely bad reputation for our country. Like it is because of Vietnam that we have to cancel the whole tour. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. This is the first time that I experienced such a thing like this. Like metal scene in our country is not really good. It's not really good, and there are not many people in the scene that really put their heart and their work into the scene, and if they really do, they cannot find the way.
Yeah, let's go. Let's text him.
It's just like a relief.
Yeah, man.
I was scared, man. I was scared.
After all those shit and crowdfunding and shit.
Vietnam.
And you won't play shows like these anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you go through some bullshit on a daily basis, and like the playing conditions
The
sometimes.
circumstances are harder,
you know?
but it's more rewarding once you play on
Yeah,
stage.
it's
Very different.
It's very different. The vibe is totally different.
The vibe is different, but also I feel are more appreciated here because
Yeah.
we're like coming from far away. I guess maybe people have not expected to see us, and they appreciate it more.
You know, in the United States and in Europe, you know, it's a show, it's whatever, but you guys make like a spectacle out of it.
Spectacle. And we hope we can come back. We can just spread the word to any other band to come here because it's fucking awesome.
You know?
Lots of stories.
We
but
played
yeah.
in Vietnam, that's crazy.
We were scared, you know. Defeated sanity is, you know, not supposed to happen. They canceled the shows, and the fans were quite mad, and we were kind of bummed too. And we funded people. The numbers were double at the numbers we requested. You know, they even bought pre-sale tickets. You know, an hour before the shows, there are people texting us, so where should we get tickets? And after all of that shit, we are finally getting a show, you know, and at that moment it's all, you know, blow up. We were fucking crazy. The fans were fucking crazy. I mean, look at the crowd, man. They went fucking crazy. Yeah. Never have I seen that. The first time, you know, Legacy sees that, you know, fans would really do anything to get their favorite bands to come and play. Yeah.
And you have a big band coming in May, right?
Yes.
Who's that?
Basically right now, we cannot tell you. Yeah. I think the band will make history in Vietnam because they are the first, you know, A-lister of that genre. Whitechapel, that's not...
Whitechapel, highly successful American deathcore band, 4 chart-topping albums, millions of followers, and Legacy booked them to Saigon. Just like that, they moved from small local gigs to hosting what could be Vietnam's biggest extreme metal show yet.
That's
yeah. But this isn't gonna be out before that.
Yeah. Okay. And Whitechapel, I busted myself.
No, don't worry, it's cool.
So I think Whitechapel will be a pavement for, you know, bigger things in the metal scene to happen. That's it.
Legacy went big for the Whitechapel venue. booking a location with a capacity of over 1,000 people. Attendances for Saigon metal shows rarely exceeded 100 or 200, so Legacy were banking on Whitechapel drawing a big crowd.
biggest difficulty of the show is the space. The space within this venue, I mean, it's too big, there's too much space around, and there's nothing to diffuse the sound. So, you know, the guitar sound kind of flying around your head. From this thing, from this to this to this.
Yeah.
Kind of flying around.
Are you disappointed?
Yeah, I know. I mean, we tried a lot. We practiced a lot. We put a lot of effort and you know, cash into the show, but didn't know according to our plan.
Shut the fuck up. He's out there. To be here, like we came from Nacha. It's like a place where you
What do you think about the show? What do you think about?
It's awesome. Here it's sound. No, sound is bad, and give them the everything.
It sounds like maybe because of the venue.
Who can know that? We're in the band.
It's somewhere between glory and defeat. The thing that gave us that glory feeling was that, you know, seeing Whitechapel in person, seeing Phil Bozeman in person. That was like, you know, an indescribable, you know, the feelings. Something that, you know, they thought would never be achieved, but here he was, you know, standing right in front of his. Just the feelings. It was not, you know, satisfied enough. We didn't pull a full house. Kind of losing, because, you know, we expected them to pull a full houses, but in the end, only, you know, that much amount of people came. So, for example, we're charging standard tickets 500,000 VND. That's $24, and not really that much people willing to pay $24 for a concert. It's kind of, you know, feeling like a loss. That's it.
After the disappointing Whitechapel show, Legacy didn't host any more international bands, and the agency called it quits. Hysterical Buffalo have since disbanded. Trung Loki planned to headline Pleiku Metalhood 3 with his band Rot, but he disappeared before the show, forcing his band to find a last-minute replacement. As of this film's completion, his whereabouts were unknown. But, for all that chaos, tragedy, and struggle, there's still one rocker out there in Saigon, keeping the classics alive.